You're going to be picking at it all, and they're like, well, you know, we've done some work, and we'll see what happens. Well, against Na'Vi, when they're definitely not going to be coming into this game as the favourites, I'm all for it. Let's see what they can do here, Harry. T-side start for Na'Vi, faster middle for this CIS roster. It's just S-Tag here alone, dangerous position, but there's no utility to get him out of spot. He's just somehow still alive. No one's hitting a shot here on the both side of things. Finally, Flamey going to take him down. Freiburg comes to rotate round for the door, but he won't be able to help his teammate. He's already dead.
Yeah, important to note, Heroic have actually decided to leave this B bomb site open, and that's relatively unconventional on this CT side. Freiburg having to rotate off, and this is giving Simple a lot of space out towards Tetris, now going to cross towards the back left bomb site. Freiburg dropped down at connector, and this B bomb site's crumbled. Heroic's decision to stack the majority of those players over towards A. You think about how we've seen Vertigo play. Those A smokes have looked so strong. But Na'Vi able to find the gap in the defense there. The stack not working for Heroic. And 3v5 to try and retake this bomb site. Stown will at least get rid of Edward over in mid.
Ooh, he spots a second player as well. Blame's got a kill onto Flamey. This is suddenly doable for Heroic. Not just doable, they are doing it. 2v2. Finally, Simple's going to drop Blame, and NATO left in the clutch. He has a kit, but no armor to work with, and this time is playing against him. He gets Simple, but does he know where Electronic is? Tapping on that bomb. It's so far ticked. Electronic just holding the confidence, and NATO hits a shot. Is there time? I think so. He's got it. Wow, what a retake for Heroic. Initially a 5-on-3 to Na'Vi with a bomb plant as well. And those CTs get back in. I love that call from Na'Vi as well. Lots of pressure on mid. With the way that this map has been playing over on the A site, you'd imagine Heroic would have this double A setup. And, you know, Na'Vi, they force the rotate of Freiburg out of the site after S-Tag gets picked. B gets opened up, and Simple's able to get that site for himself, plus the plant. And Na'Vi, they still lose it in the post plant. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, stellar stuff from Heroic, and a great job from NATO there in the 1v2. And that has already made this game exciting. Now we have a force fight straight back from Na'Vi. NATO, he's been learning some of these wallbang lineups, trying to spray through. Close to finding Simple there, but Simple's not going to go running back into that wallbang spot anytime soon.
Careful, Harry.
Big control taken from Heroic early on, and they could have even looked to maybe go for an elevator drop here. Still something that could play into this later on in the round, but with this passive setup towards back B and very little utility for Na'Vi to go for the standard smoke execute, they might struggle just a tad. NATO over the top of these bomb site boxes will dispatch a Flamey. And so Heroic, they're holding onto this A bomb site pretty comfortably right now.
Oh, this boost from Na'Vi is so well timed. Stown's watching it, but he looks away, and Electronic catches the timing. The bomb plant goes down as well. NATO trying to stay alive, but he gets double peaked. Zeus has caught the player on the flank, and Na'Vi 3-on-2. They've flipped this round upside down. Blame is left to retake, but he won't expect the off angle. And how the hell does Edward get him that quickly? 2 bullets and a kill with it. Freiburg left alone, trying his best. He finds the first. Up close is Electronic, not for long, and Freiburg, he's found the kid as well. Smoke in his hands, he can get on this bomb. Zeus should be able to stop him if he sticks to defuse, but will Freiburg go for it, or will he gamble? Oh, there we go, taps it. Time is low though, Zeus. He's going to fake the footsteps, runs back, and Freiburg didn't stick the bomb. He would have had it if he had, not to know that it will be around for Na'Vi. 1-1.
And with those early kills coming in for Heroic, I thought that was going to be them, you know, looking pretty firm in that round. It is that little boost that got thrown in to really open things up. Edward putting Electronic up there. And that position, this little one that you can get into behind the post, just filth. So now for Heroic, likely you see a force buy here. They're double eco anyway, so they will be investing a tad around this org that Freiburg was able to hold on to. And Na'Vi immediately opening up this shot with a few players over towards this A side of things.
I think we'll see a lot of that.
Bold prediction there, Hugo.
Yeah. And it's kind of weird, right? Because I wonder if these teams have at all pracked the new Vertigo, and now you got to go back and play the old Vertigo. You know, it's just a bit of a change. So we'll definitely... Ooh, that was close. But I mean, you know, I saw players tweeting, like, once the updates came through the other night, just saying, wow, I just spent 3 days hard learning this map for my team, and now it's changed. So well, you kind of have to expect that. It is going to change. This will not be the last adaptation of Vertigo that we're going to see, I imagine. Wouldn't really make sense. We still have a couple of months till the major. Plenty of time. Nato, he's on the site. Deagle in hand, and ooh, he gets the spot as well. All of Na'Vi are now outside of this site, ready to burst, ready to go. Heroic don't have an aggressive rotation. It's all passive through the CT side of things. Freiburg still sits on B, and he'll probably just save if this bomb goes down for Na'Vi.
And it certainly looks like it's going to Flamey creeping forward the rest of the gang inside of this bomb site, and they will get it planted now. S-Tag immediately moving in, and bomb might be down for Na'Vi, but these pistols getting close. It might not matter because Electronic finding a couple of kills just a few seconds apart. And Freiburg not electing to hold on to this AUG is here, flashing through. He'll get tagged out through the wallbang spot, finished off by Electronic, who is on a tear. 3 kills in this round. And Electronic has been a real pleasure to watch throughout the Pro League thus far. He has been keeping a top spot within this Na'Vi squad, consistently finding himself up at the top of the board. And when you're in a team with Simple, that is quite the feat.
Without a doubt. Some great flashbangs there for the likes of Heroic. They get the, the players on the site very blind for Na'Vi. They get 1 kill, and then they suddenly slow down and stop pushing. If they continue to try and overwhelm Na'Vi, they might have got a little bit more, but they waited until those flashes faded, and Electronic's able to get a lot of damage done. This time it's just pistols again, and I love it. Rush's strat dropping down through the elevator, off at the back of the spawn as well. Smoke to cut off that mid-info for Na'Vi, but this is not going well. Na'Vi were very ready for it. Edward holding it with a MAC-10 gets 3. Freiburg has found a MAC-10, and he'll be running off. Na'Vi approaching the A site, but Freiburg should be long for this world. Takes the headshot angle, and Simple takes the headshot. So 3-1 up on this T side. Na'Vi starting things off strong.
Now, obviously, you and I, we just saw our first Vertigo game that we got to cast back at DreamHack Tour versus Valiance and G2. And, I mean, that was an interesting one because Valiance, we spoke to them a little bit, and they said they've been practicing this map as well. Yeah, and yet still, over on the CT side, things really did look like a real brawl, right? Like a real battle. If you recall, I think they went, what, like 11-4 T-half, and then they only just won the map out 16-13 on that CT side. And that was a team that, sounded pretty confident about their Vertigo games. So I'm curious what Heroic can bring to the table here in this CT half, because it seems like not many teams, in fact, none really, have figured out yet the way of dealing with this very, very T-sided map.
And more specifically, this position here, the ramp side of things, hence the recent changes from Valve. They have added a big gap and a way to boost up. Those Ts can go above the sandbag. Simple. Just going to wallbang Blame like it's nothing. Na'Vi take a man advantage and double it. Zeus has found himself deep into middle, and this is going to be very hard to get back into if you're Heroic in a 3-on-5 like this. Molotov to the site forces Stown out. I love that little position. He was playing the corner behind the site, but Na'Vi are aware of it. Stown, he's going to need some huge efforts if he wants to keep this round intact for Heroic. But right now the site has been conceded. Na'Vi are all over it. Bomb plant going to come through. And these smokes are so annoying. Heroic cannot find any angles. Finally they fade. And Freiburg's going to be able to get a double, opening up the possibility for this retake. But no kit.
Yeah, Freiburg going to tap on the bomb to try and bait some of these peaks back in to the bomb site. But as he goes on top of the boxes, Simple able to shut him down. Stown now has actually pulled this back into a 2-on-2. NATO still with that AWP though. Not the most ideal weapon to have considering the HP over on the Na'Vi side. Zeus shutting down the man on the bomb, and NATO, a few shots is all it would take, but Simple is not going to give him a break. 5 kills between him and Zeus. And Na'Vi cementing a 4th round, continuing to build up this strong T side.
And I don't know if they weren't aware that it was there on the site, but Nato drops his AWP after he takes a shot, and Na'Vi didn't even try and retrieve that one there on default. So I wonder if we're going to see them opt away from the T side AWP. I mean, I don't really blame them, like, with Simple doing stuff like that. Why not?
Yeah, I just think as well, like, you know, you consider how often this map comes down to these tight smoke positions, right? You're never really given an avenue on the T side where the AWP is amazing.
No.
You can maybe look to try and challenge with it in mid, but then you fall prey to the fact that, you know, it's not uncommon for the CT side to maybe rush a couple of players towards that position, especially in rounds like this.
If you think about like what the most ranged fight you can get on this map as a terrorist, it's nice shot from Freiburg. Do they check above? We'll get back to this because Heroic have stacked B right now and they do not check above. Freiburg dropping on in 2 kills. That's NATO, sorry. I was looking at the wrong name, but Freiburg was the first to fall, and NATO does the damage. Heroic can now turn this round around.
Yeah, bomb dropped and under Heroic control. Zeus creeping forward. There's so many angles here at the ramp to try and check, and Blame F will shut him down. Edward now 1v4, and he's all the way here at the A side of the map. There are players holding for this lengthy CT rotation that Edward is going to have to embark on, and his first point of contact is going to be Stown over here at the connector position, just waiting for this rotation. Heroic, they've got the read, they've read it well. Edward, is he just looking to hold on to this AK? It certainly feels like it. He's not looking too committed to getting this bomb. 20 seconds left. I think the best he can hope for now is that he's allowed to save. So Heroic, they're able to find that partial investment. But Hugo, going back to your point, the longest range fight you could take with the AWP, where is it?
It's probably the T side ramp peak to CT spawn on the A side, right? Like, so you're up Sandbags area as a terrorist.
It's either that or maybe like you could make a case for A ramp to CT spawn as well if there's an AWP up on the boost.
That's exactly what I just said.
Sorry, I thought you meant B ramp originally, the back site. But they're the two. They're the two.
Yeah, no.
But I still think, yeah, the longest fight you get is over on A.
Yeah.
And with the smokes that rain in, that one is never given to you, right?
Exactly, right? Because like you're going to get that fight. If you get that fight, you get it once a round. So is that worth buying the AWP just for that engagement? Not really. You can still utilize the AWP in other ways. And of course, Simple, a player that uses the AWP like a shotgun at times.
And yeah, I mean, to be fair, we've already seen how I feel like a particular style of AWP is going to resonate with this map very, very well. And I do feel like, you know, for that sort of, for those sort of situations, you are going to be looking at your Simples, your Kenny S's. He was someone who was a delight for you and I to watch with the AWP over on this T side.
A CT AWP is a lot of fun, I think. A CT AWP is a make or break gun. Getting that weapon in your hands in this map can be so valuable.
I'm going to be
also
honest,
so awful.
For me, yeah, I actually think AWPing, now that I've had some time to think about what you've been saying, I think AWPing is far more viable on the T side than it is on the CT side.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I think you're so often retaking that A bomb site that having an AWP for the CTs is not that important. You kind of have to look at how you use the AWP, right? Because as we said, see, like the A bomb site just gets smoked, so the AWP doesn't really work there. I think you have to play a pretty aggressive AWPing style on this map on either side of the equation.
I think we can agree that no matter what, the AWP in a post plant as a terrorist or a counter-terrorist in this map is garbage. It's not helpful. It's not what you want. You'd rather a rifle as a terrorist or a CT retaking or holding a post plant on A. I don't see any situation where you want an AWP there over the rifle in the vast majority of times. That being said, AWP can still be used well in other ways, in other certain fights. There's a lot of off angles.
See, this is something I haven't actually put that much thought to.
No, we need to see what happens. We need to just watch, really. And I think this is a great game for it, right? You got Heroic, who have put some prac in, who have put some time into this map. Na'Vi, a dark horse. No idea what to expect from them on Vertigo. Right now, they're looking good. But I think, Harry, no matter how dominant this first half is, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about that CT side. If this goes 12-3 to Na'Vi, I still don't think that they're going to have the guaranteed closer of this game.
No, this map feels like the inverse of what Nuke used to be. Which is, you know, like you would expect like an 11-4 CT half could still fall through your fingers. No. And this is very much the same, but on the T side of things. They know they've got S-Tag trapped, and Electronic will whittle him down over here in mid. That
flashbang thrown from Freiburg on the site was hidden behind the beam. Very unfortunate. Very unlucky.
Oh, Simple.
Oh.
Nayo getting burnt in that Molotov, trying to win the fight desperately, but I mean, everyone's fallen in a matter of seconds in this round. The bomb player's going to come in, and Freiburg, all he can really look to do is hold on to this AUG. It will allow a buy in the next round if he's able to do exactly that.
And I think,
I mean, they've got 5 players up. The odds are they're going to try and hunt him down here, so he's not going to have a free passage with the AUG.
And going back to that flashbang thrown by Freiburg, I mean, I think that's something we're going to see a lot of. We saw it, you know, every now and then back at Tor when we did cast this map. There's so many beams just randomly placed all around the sky that if you throw flashes like this, you know, there are just objects that will cover it. And I think a lot of the time you know, it's not coming down to how can I word this? People are going to need some really well-rehearsed set flashes on this map if they want to assist teammates. Like, you can't just consistently throw a flash from B site into mid and assume that you've blinded the terrorists. You need to know exactly where you're throwing it because it can just be covered by beams, and that is really annoying. So Freiburg, he tries to help out S-Tag, who was dead anyway. He was cornered, and Na'Vi. Really strong start. One
of the things that for me I've loved watching about Vertigo games is that because it's such a new map, there's no like real preset meta just yet. Obviously the A take is incredibly strong, but I feel like every team approaches their T-side default differently, right? Like, you see some teams won't even throw any attention into middle on either side of the equation. They just kind of negate that area of the map. Whereas in this one, you know, we've seen Na'Vi relatively keen on grabbing control of mid. It was something that when you and I cast at Tours, that was one of the things we noticed is that there were no mid fights going on for the most part. Instead, a lot of the action just coming down to these set pieces into bomb sites. Na'Vi, they have been making a bit of a point to try and hold on to this mid control. You can see S-Tag is actually starting to aggress towards this portion of the map, and he's going to run into Zeus.
Oh.
So already man advantage taken. Nato going to miss that flick, but Edward not quite able to capitalize on it, and Stown will be there to bail Nato Sapix out of that one.
Got two players on 2 and 1 HP respectively, one either side. So low HP, the nades, the mollies, they can make all the difference here, especially that wallbang damage as well. We might see Na'Vi get ready to go for this A play, the smoke to cut off the left side of the bomb site. Look at this boost as well for Heroic. They've sent the AWP up top. Nato, great angle, catches Electronic. They weren't ready for that one. Blames on the flank. I think he must have just dropped Elevator there. He's been the mid player, so coming in on the hot flank behind Na'Vi and shutting them down, dropping the bomb. Flamey alone, but look how deep he's gotten himself. The issue is, without that bomb, it's very unlikely he'll be able to get anything done with this in terms of winning the round. He could take a couple of kills here, but Stown's not going to give him the satisfaction. Nate goes through, and Stown takes his shot. Heroic, third round on the CT side. And they really do all matter here. I would honestly say if this goes 10-5, that's probably an equal half.
Yeah, I mean, that's considered like pretty good within the realms of Vertigo. I really can't wait to see how the new changes affect this map, because I haven't had a chance to play it yet. Like, I know this iteration pretty damn well, I would say, but the changes I don't even have downloaded yet, so... No,
I tried to play it. I played one wingman at like 2 in the morning after a broadcast, and I disconnected after 3 rounds, so...
Oh, is that good, huh?
Yeah, well, it was, you know, my teammate was holding T-spawn for 45 seconds, so
Do you remember the guy's name? Do you want to call him out?
No, but...
Does he not realize you're a powerful man?
I'm not a powerful man. I've had enough. I was like, you know, I'm going to have like 1 game before bed, and it better be a good one. It wasn't.
You're the reason that that we get placed with just such horrible teammates, because your trust factor is probably now just through the ground, Hugo.
That's probably all the cheating I've been doing.
Here's the A play from Na'Vi, trying to secure control of this side of the map. Nato going to get thrown up on the boost here, back in CT spawn. He's got a tiny avenue, and just as he is given an opportunity, he takes that nade out. The timing could not be worse for Nato. Bomb down, and all the utility gone from Na'Vi here. They don't actually have anything to hold back this retake from Heroic. This isn't often the case with this A-side setup, so there is still a real chance that Heroic can recover this round. They have to deal with so many players over here at ramp. Smoke's now raining in to hold back Na'Vi. They're tapping on the bomb. They're trying to stick it. Simple's gone through. He's found the damage. He gets them off the bomb. Everybody falls. They have a kit, so there's enough time for the defuse. It's down to the wire, and Heroic, they do salvage a 4th round by the skin of their teeth.
I love that from Heroic. They've set smokes to cut off, you know, the entirety of that ramp peak towards the site. Stown throws the initial one from back CT. I love that smoke. I hope we get to catch it at some point during the game on these retakes. It lands just in front of the ramp and completely blocks off, you know, the sandbags peak, the close ramp peak, the back walkway, peak. I don't know the calls. No one knows the calls, Harry. We're still coming up with them. I'm making them up as I go along.
I think the one very glaring thing with the A bomb site and how it's so different to every other bomb site in all of CSGO is I just cannot think of a bomb site where you get the bomb down and you just go, okay, all 5 of us, we're just going to go back to where we came from and then just defend it from ramp, right?
But what else can you do?
No, exactly right. But I feel like that's why, you know, Valve do still have to work, especially on the A side of things. I think B is actually a pretty good bomb site, in theory and how it plays out. It kind of reminds me of the Dust 2B bomb site. But A is just a bit of a weird one right now. I
love the B bomb site.
It almost feels like, to me, it's like if the A bomb site on Inferno didn't have any props and the only place you would go to defend it would be back down banana, is almost how it feels. The way it plays just doesn't feel quite right yet. And it is always a bit disgusting whenever you just have 5 dudes on ramp spraying through smokes and yet still the round is really close. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that round almost gets saved by Simple with that double kill through smoke as well. In the final few seconds, bides his time well, gets S-Tag off the defuse, but it is going to be won by Heroic. This scoreline tightening now, and the money lacking for Na'Vi. Solo AK on Flamey, everyone else on pistols. Zeus lurking around middle, making some noise. Blame is patient, though, not going to be falling for anything anytime soon. Na'Vi looking like they want to back off into this B side, execute here. I say execute, it's unlikely we'll have too many smokes, really. They've got players up top mid as well, but this could be an attempt at the mid to B split. Easier said than done. They've got to get Blame off this angle first and foremost. Flashes can be set up. And Simple, he's been going straight out. Going to get caught. Trade isn't there. Blame's able to get them all. 3 kills. Bomb dropped. Forget this B play. 2 more coming up ramp. Flamey will get the entry with the AK, but they haven't got the bomb.
No, and they don't have anything else. Heroic able to salvage a 5th, and they keep it pretty clean. So now tying this up, this is already a good CT side for the Heroic squad. Seeing a lot of adaptation from them to actually shut down the things that Na'Vi are throwing in. And Na'Vi, they don't really seem to have an answer just yet.
Yeah, you do have to remember, right, this being a new map on the T side, if you're starting to struggle and you don't have protocols to fall back on, you've not played this map in an official, you've not got that experience going, okay, well, if this doesn't work, we know this will work. Or if they're playing this way, this is how you combat that. It's like, do we have that info for Na'Vi? Do they have the ability to adapt on a new map? Right now, they've got the rifles, at least. I feel like if we just see them go back towards A, they'll be okay, but looking towards middle again. They've got to get Blame off this angle. There's loads of flashes you can throw, but Na'Vi just have to take the peak. It works this time with the guns, but only for a bit. Simple going down, and Blame will be able to retreat. In the meantime, Flamey's found himself up on top of this B site, and he's just caught the timing. Freiburg's off the angle. He's going to move back in, but he's not ready for Flamey to make that space so quickly. Electronic even getting another entry, and this bomb could be retrieved now for Na'Vi. They can just bring it up into the site. Oh, is it above mid? Oh, this is going to be horrible, this map, with the bomb drop and the elevation. That happens so much. I
love that moment of realization on Edward as well, where he's like, oh, for God's sake, well.
And now he's going to drop back down, go around. Like, they've had the site for 30 seconds now, and he's
And also, bearing in mind that during this time, they haven't been keeping an eye on A, so he's constantly worried that they could have had a player get him behind them. Like, he's got to keep on checking all these positions, all these angles. Finally, here he is, Edward.
Late to the party.
Yeah. You know, he's made it just in time. The gate was closing. They've read his name out, but he's just got on board the flight in the nick of time. S-Tag and Nato. Can they do anything in this retake? Ooh. 2 on 4. They do manage to deal with Zeus. S-Tag's in with another. Now Nato's been found, but S-Tag's made this a very real possibility. It's down to the one-on-one. S-Tag versus Electronic. Bomb planted out in the open. Electronic swings wide, and S-Tag able to find it. Him and Nato between them. They pull back a 2 on 4 retake. Once again, because it was a 2v5 in that pistol round, if you remember. 3v5, sorry, in the pistol. 2v5 now from Heroic. 2v4 now from Heroic. They keep doing a stellar job of these retakes, and that's something that so many teams have struggled with on this map.
Well, this is not knowing your post plants of your Na'Vi more than anything, right? Just kind of floating around the bomb site and looking for individual jewels. If you're running it like that, you're going to be giving away these opportunities. Heroic, they clearly know the map. They clearly know what they're doing here. And Na'Vi giving them a lot of 1v1s eventually that's going to come back to bite you. So Heroic really making this game interesting. Na'Vi forced onto a tactical pause. And S-Tag there, he had 2 bullets in his clip left. He fires 1 shot, hoping for the headshot on one of those players crossing. Luckily, that player was 10 HP, so he takes the kill with it. Able to get the reload in time as well.
I'm trying to think. I think, what pro was it who, MIBR, they did the interview with, it might have been Fur, where he says, like, oh, I was really looking forward, like, you know, I'm looking forward, excited to see how Vertigo looks, and then it cuts to 1 week later and he puts that tweet out, like, the map is trash, and it's just like, how optimism can turn to just defeat so quickly.
At least he was optimistic. Oh, look at this. Oh, Heroic.
I like this little change. Gonna go for the mid-aggression and... Oh!
He landed on his head!
Landed on Flamey! Flamey's just been Goomba stomped, but somehow a neck of champions as he's withstood a man falling on top of him. I like the change, though, from Heroic. Trying to divide mid and act as though kind of elevators as a CT position. And that's something that I imagined we would see teams elect to do. You and I actually spoke about it a bit during DreamHack Tour. And that was this idea that maybe you could look to throw that smoke down that cuts off the T's from mid. And then use elevator as your way of maybe watching for this A-side play later in the round. It's a big risk, but... You know, obviously, it doesn't work there, but I like the idea from Heroic.
One thing I don't like is the early drop on elevator. I think if you're doing that off the start of the round, Na'Vi are always going to have a player watching it, especially if they get smoked off early in mid. But I feel like if you take mid early and you take it away from the T's, for the rest of the round, they are going to be scared of that drop. But they can't always watch it, you know? You just got to find that timing when the T's go up towards the A site that you find that flank. If you do it at the start of the round, you're going to have a lot of eyes on you. And that's what S-Tag realizes the hard way. Nato, oh no! I saw Rush kill himself in that position before from a similar situation with a Molotov. I think I clipped that as well. Down on the site. He's allowed for the bomb plant. Flamey going to get aggressive, but too low. He'll be dropped. Blame with another kill on that mid position as well. Simple, he's still close on the site. I wonder if his gun barrel sticks out to the left side. It might not. Stown's dead. NATO's up top again. He's found another frag. Electronic alone. 1 on 3. Bombs half ticked, and they do have the kit. They're already on the defuse. NATO's dead, but I think they're going to have it in time. Electronic, no ammo, and no chance. He'll have to run. 7 rounds for Heroic.
This is already a great CT side from the majority Danish squad. You know, we mentioned how they've said that they've been practicing this map. They said they've been putting in effort, but the last time you and I heard that, we weren't amazed by the CT side we got to see. But here, I mean, Heroic, they clearly have been doing their homework. They're looking prepared. They're getting a lot of these retakes off. And Na'Vi, I mean, clearly they have some semblance of what they're doing. You know, we've seen them with these A-side executes. We've seen them with these set smokes, these nades. So Heroic putting in a very good showing initially. Electronic, is he going to check this? Seems aware of the idea, but Freiburg raining down death over towards ramp. Deals with the solo lurk player towards this B bomb site. And that's going to leave Heroic sat a man up with 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. Na'Vi, sure they've got time. It's the manpower they're lacking right now.
Yeah, Zeus is trying to get through middle in the meantime. S-Tag did take some damage, but he's broken a hole in the door. I don't think he realized Zeus has crossed so far, but he'll get the info here and now. Wow, what an angle that is from S-Tag. He opens the door outwards or inwards, whichever way you look at it, I guess. It depends which side of the door you're on, and hides behind the little hole in the door. So off angle almost works. Simple's alone. He seems to be adjusting well to this map so far, 12 and 8, and he's looking to try and find this clutch. Blame on the site. Simple knows it, and he's found the kill. Second man up top. Stown's too fast. Simple didn't expect him to already be above the boost, and Heroic will win another round. 8-5. It's hard to realize where this game is going, and I'm expecting just the Heroic outclassing Na'Vi, but we don't know what to expect from not only Heroic's T side, which I imagine will be pretty well drilled, but also Na'Vi's CT side. Like, I want to say that this is extremely dominant right now to Heroic, but we have no data to work off, so maybe Na'Vi have got the prep on the CT side. We'll see. We'll have to wait. We'll have to find out. One thing I will say is I'm pretty confident in saying that I'd imagine Heroic could put more prep into this map than Na'Vi.
I imagine Heroic could put more prep into this map than most teams, right? Just because I feel like as a team looking to rise up, you want to add these little these kind of maps into your repertoire as soon as you can and have a very good understanding of them, because then you kind of force teams into the situation where you get to have a map pick of your choosing. Now, Stown, good night, Edward. The sandbags concealing the point man for Heroic. He's doubled up. Flamey goes running into his demise, and the rest of Na'Vi, while they do have a bit of a foothold over here towards this B bomb site, they get shut down. It's Simple left alone.
He's got a Glock.
The nade blew both the guns away. Oh no, Simple. It's all gone so wrong. The timing could not have been worse. As he drops the AWP, the nade goes in and just sends the 2 weapons flying.
And then the molly lands on them and cuts them off. So he can't even get back to it. That is... wow. I love this map already. It's just fun. It's something new. It's something interesting. And we can theorize all day long. 9-5 though, I don't think we need to theorize to say that Heroic are doing a damn good job on the CT side. Na'Vi are going to try and speed up the pace into middle, but through the Molotov and into the jaws of Flame, there's a second AUG in position. The spray is there. S-Tag 3. Has to get the reload in, but Zeus does afford him the time and the flashback in. S-Tag with support. Stown drops another. Simple. In the meantime, guys, you rush mid, I'll plant A and win the round.
Oh no, but now he's been brought down to 18 points of health. It doesn't feel likely. He's getting chipped down even lower. Simple cannot catch a break. NATO's going to finish him off. And Heroic, they go 10-5 to round out this first half. A stellar CT side if the data we have is anything to go off. Heroic looking good. Can Na'Vi dig it deep and bring it back on Vertigo? Or will this one be going the way of the Danes? Find out after a break.
Dancing on my own when you spill that ramen coke on my t-shirt. Yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette, that is first sight. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby.
wake me up before your Vertigo go, because I'm not planning on going home, Harry. We've got one best of 3 here between Na'Vi and Heroic. Heroic sitting 10-5 up, though, after their CT side, looking pretty damn good over on Vertigo. But Na'Vi, what do they have up their sleeves? That's my question. Actually, I'm kind of more interested to see the Heroic T side. I want to know what executes they've got.
Well, I bet they've got a couple of ideas, a couple of interesting little things to show us. They've always been a team that we've seen, at least, to do exactly that. So 3 players over here in middle early on, 2 down towards the B ramp, and a triple stack for Na'Vi at the A bomb site. Zeus is holding mid, and oh, the timing.
Run! Well, not meant to be. Didn't realize they crossed in that 1 second he looked away. Heroic are going to get the chance to just rush this B site, and Flamey, he's so focused on middle, but those mid players are now all over B. Wall of smokes for Heroic, and Na'Vi are left in for the retake. Heroic were able to pick up a 3-on-5 pistol retake. Let's see if Na'Vi can do it with 4.
Yeah, you got flashes on Electronic so that when these smokes fade, you can try and push in on the back of that. Electronic throwing his flash in now, and we will see this retake look to come through in full force. Heroic just with the majority of these bodies kept inside of the bomb site. S-Tag gets the burst down, and with another, he doubles up, and it's Flamey left alive, quickly put down. Heroic, a dominant pistol round here to kickstart their second half.
Yeah, that's just sent them flying to the finish line here, really. Na'Vi, this would require a comeback and a half to keep this game alive, and they're going to go for the force as well. Not even deciding to buy up on the 3rd round with the rifles. This is going to let Heroic get to a potential 12-5 scoreline before we even have guns for Na'Vi. Or sorry, 13-5 really, because Na'Vi are going to have to fully eco the round post this. It's a scout and simple. 4 pistols. Heroic, very B-centric at the start of the round. Zeus has gone aggressive in mid with the help of a smoke, and Stound's climbing above the sandbags. That will be heard as he drops in. Zeus can't find the angle, and Stound doesn't want to go through the smoke. Unaware of what could be on the other side. It is the Deagle Hypnotic. Great skin. But re-smoke for Heroic, and now mid is theirs, at least for now. Oh, take that back.
Yeah, Zeus will keep them out of mid for the time being. Ooh. Heroic might just fall back into a B play here. With 3 players within earshot for Na'Vi, they will have a couple of guys here to try and repel this one back. Blame F goes toe-to-toe with Simple, and now out from the ramp. Will he check this close angle for Flamey? He will, and will pick that frag up. Blame still at the back of the bomb site, wreaking havoc. And that bomb now trying to get across will be allowed to go down. Shots rain through this smoke, but nothing found. Edward trying to emerge from the window. He gets sent packing. And Zeus on this wrap round trying to save the day. Brings it so close, but Freiburg, no, he's shut down two of the players that try and get back in. And for Electronic, he's just got to fall off from this bomb site. Look to try and hold on to the Deegan armor. Heroic, a 12th round to their name.
And he might even get exited here if he goes towards the B side of things. There's going to be a couple of T's moving down these stairs. Electronic hears the footsteps. Freiburg's the first round, and there's a kill. Will Blame go for the trade or just give up the gun? That's exactly what he does. Allows Electronic to run away. Fine by Heroic. Oh, maybe he should have chased after all, because he tries to rat back through the B site. And the bomb will take him down. Not a worry for Heroic. They still have a huge lead here, Harry. 12-5. Na'Vi's pistols will find not much, and now it is the full eco with just this one save gun. Going to have to make everything happen here for Na'Vi if they want any chance of winning this follow-up round. But really, we're looking to that round number 19, where Na'Vi are going to have everything they hope for, guns and utility, with a potential AWP, which I would say, but Simple's brought up quite a lot in this round. He's gone for a Deagle pistol, so a Deagle armor rather. So, oh. He might not have that up in the follow-up, but that being said, Na'Vi could still win this one. They've taken a man advantage, has a second gun gifted over. Heroic going to double back towards A.
And these early rotations now coming in for Na'Vi. The smokes will cut them off, and this is a bit of an interesting variant on taking this A bomb site from Heroic. Instead, smoking off the elevator rooms, leaving CT open. Curious if that's going to become something they try and play around in the post plant. That is if they're able to get there, because Simple chiming in with this Deeg has now made this a very doable round for Na'Vi. S-Tag does dispatch of that first man. 3 on 4 now, and Na'Vi getting into the bomb site. They don't have a kit, so they've got to get on this bomb soon. And Blame Effort, the sandbags, could do everything. Gets a double. It's Edward left in the one-on-one. And S-Tag, he's ran down the ramp, hidden behind the sandbags. He's going to find the hat trick. 3 kills for him in that round. And Heroic, 13-5. Still money for Na'Vi. This will be their first rifle round coming up. So considering they get the last 2 so close, you can't be that disappointed if you are Na'Vi.
It's just the lead that Heroic have, right? Yeah, Na'Vi, they certainly might have the chance to start picking up rounds on the CT side, but they need to go almost flawless to pick up this map, Harry. They can't afford to make mistakes. 3 rounds of difference from Heroic, taking us to Mirage. No AWP, as said, Simple invested heavily in the previous round, but he's still able to get the AUG, so it's fine. I would have loved to see that AWP, though, in the first rifle round for either one of these two. Might not be many rounds left. Flamey almost spots Freiburg.
I love that little like rafter idea. Like that is just an angle that doesn't exist really on any other map in Counter-Strike.
It's just super hard to see through it. I don't even know who's favoured there really. I think the CT's favoured.
Well, in my experience, it's if they're both unscoped, I would say. Actually, I think CT's just our full stop, but with a scoped rifle, you can see through that very, very clearly either way.
So the way it works, I think in terms of vision, the CT is favoured, but if a T is in that position, he is looking for that spot, whereas if a CT is in that position, he's not necessarily watching down below, he's just playing back rafters, he's watching the sight push, so that's why that works more for a T, I would say, because they're the ones looking for a CT out of position, rather than vice versa.
Oh, Stown going to open up over here in mid. Zeus getting bested. Simple sees the feet of Stown, but Stown's doubled up. And now just Flamey at this B bomb site looking for some action, and he's going to get some. It's Freiburg in with the return. B is right for the taking, and Heroic, they're just going to move in uncontested. Na'Vi a long way away from this side of the map. Edward and Electronic look like they're just hunkering down to save here. This is going to be a 14th for Heroic. This is, you know, we were questioning how much preparation they'd done when they said that they were ready. And I mean, they certainly look exactly that. They've done a lot of prep work, Hugo.
Yeah, Na'Vi looking like they've got no answers to this one. I barely blame them with the way that this map's just gone, with Heroic getting so many retakes in that first half, plus the pistol. They deal with the force buy of Na'Vi, they deal with the anti-eco. I mean, you know, regardless of how Na'Vi played that first half, the situation they've now been put in now leaves them really with nothing, right? Like, what have you got positives to draw out from this game for Na'Vi? Very minimal. And so 2 guns saved at the 14-5 mark. Heroic a couple of rounds away from taking this game. And now I wonder, right? How does this change the momentum of the best-of-3 series? If we started off on Mirage, Na'Vi's pick, I imagine they would have taken that, right? But now after potentially just getting absolutely blown out the water on Vertigo, moving into Na'Vi's map pick, is that going to affect their mentality? This game is pretty important for them. So are they going to let it tilt them? Are they going to let it get in their heads once we move forward? Or will they just go back to being comfortable as they typically look on that map?
I mean, let's not forget, right, this best-of-3 decides who's going to be up there alongside North, right, claiming one of those spots. So it's a very important one. And so to see this Vertigo pocket pick from Heroic yielding such strong results, it does make you worried for Na'Vi.
But it is a whole best-of-3, Harry. So their own map pick to go into next.
But this is why. This is actually the perfect case study, assuming Heroic are able to continue finding success in this map, as to why, for these teams that are on the rise, it's so important to get these new maps immediately into your map pool and start practicing them. Because if you're Na'Vi in that situation, right, you're either forced to, you know, have to try and ban, you know, the... wait, how? Let's see the start to the...
Yikes. Well, there's the first casualty.
But yeah, that's what I was trying to say. For Na'Vi, you know, they had no real choice but to end up here on Vertigo, and you can see the effect that has. If you're heroic, you're kind of laughing in this situation. You come into this being all prepared, you feel all giddy, you're looking good. You essentially get like a one-map advantage in such an important best of 3 off the bat. Na'Vi are constantly going to be on the back foot trying to haul this map, trying to haul this series rather, to take it the distance. You've got to go all 3 if you're Na'Vi, if you want to be picking up the victory.
I mean, the thing you have to remember is, what map did Vertigo get added to the map pool in replacement for?
Yeah, good old Cash.
And what was Na'Vi's insta-ban?
Cash.
Yeah, so like, you know, if you don't prep Vertigo, you can just swap it. Just make it your insta-ban. So Na'Vi, it's not like you say they didn't really have a choice. Well, they did. They had a perfect choice. They could have banned this map at the start, but I guess wanting to give it a go, wanting to try it on LAN. And boy, is that a regret that they're going to have. Edward alone, and not for long. He'll join his teammates in the graveyard. Heroic 15-5. This is the most dominant game we've seen all week, I feel. One of.
Freiburg's having a laugh, having a giggle. I love it, man. Whenever you get to see Adam with a big old smile on his face, that's just such a nice feeling. And justifiably so. You know what they're laughing about.
Oh, no. What was the intention there?
He was going to try and do the drop down to ramp, I'm pretty sure, or was just looking to try and maneuver across the railings. Either way, that little count is updated. There's been 1 injury on this map, and it was a fatality. It might have just been the final fatality for Na'Vi on this map as well. I mean, now map point for Heroic, 15-5, incredibly dominant from this squad, and now they sit just 1 round away from moving 1-0 up in a series that really does have serious implications. The winner of this one joining North to take those slots at the Pro League finals. And, you know, I mean, could you imagine a world where Heroic, on the back of just going for a ballsy Vertigo pick alongside Na'Vi, they managed to win a best of 3 over them to cement their place? That would be incredible. So let's see exactly how this one pans out. Obviously, we've got to crunch some more numbers there, but Freiburg, he's crunching heads. It's Edward getting dropped initially, continuing this aggression on in. Flamey will get 1 before getting traded by Blame F. Electronic dropped that bomb, doubles down, and now it is just down left in the 1v3. The bomb under control of Na'Vi. They're looking to try and keep this one alive that much longer.
Yeah, the young gun, though, he has a molly, and he knows where 2 of the players are. Simple's just going to remove him before he even gets a chance. Na'Vi, they will live and to fight another day. 6 rounds on the CT side. They're first in a long time. They're first in this half, so maybe a start, Harry, but yeah, they started when Heroic's already on the final wrap, so I'm not too confident. Going to need 9 rounds in a row to make this overtime. No AWP either. Simple, he's still had a great game despite this this map. 17-16. Simple's actually top of the entire server, Harry, even though Na'Vi are 15-6 down. I mean, equal kills to the top player of Heroic, but that's still impressive. Although apparently not enough. Oh, I like that as well. So when Molly goes down on sandbags, Electronic throws a smoke on it from the site, and what that does is it looks like he's helped his teammate out by trying to keep him alive with that smoke. Oh, Zeus holding down. Hashtag is going to get the trade into middle. Electronic backing off of A, and you can see the rotates coming off now. That's going to be heard if they start running from the players down ramp below them. Edward moves into mid. But still, look at NATO and Blame. They're hanging around. They've not doubled back just yet, so this could still be the A play despite that mid fight going the way of Heroic.
Oh no, and Na'Vi, they've started to rotate players away from this portion of the map. They've left 1 man here, and that man is Electronic. He has been having some phenomenal games for Na'Vi throughout this event thus far. He has looked absolutely unreal, and now he's got to come up huge. He's here alone, dropping in round the back. Keep your eye on Edward. He could actually snatch this whole round away. He catches the timing. Freiburg and NATO have both been dropped. And Electronic might not even be a factor in this round. S-Tag coming in with the bomb plant. Gets it down. Blame F is going to wait on the ramp, playing the post plant there. The bomb is planted for him. S-Tag tries to go through that smoke. And 1 by 1 they fall. Na'Vi going to cement a 7th. They owe a hell of a lot to Edward there, catching that timing on the drop down through the elevators.
Yeah.
and salvaging a 7th round for Na'Vi.
That's the value of the flank. That, and I would say the eco pushes is a really good idea, just to catch a team going for a fast day, execute, you know, getting that molly into middle and just trying to overwhelm terrorists. Na'Vi starting to show signs of life here on the CT side, making it work, Harry, but still in the back of your heads, you just have to remember, Heroic get 1 round and this map is done. So there's no breathing room for Na'Vi.
And Heroic are like a great team at just throwing in some disgusting gimmick that they've been, you know, like coming up with in the server for weeks on the run-up. They've held on to it, and then it's like, right, so what we've done is we've uncovered a way that we can nade this exact spot at this exact moment and get like a kill on the back of it.
There's a T-side run boost that people were doing, you know, I saw on Twitter, that sends you flying round from top mid, but not even out through mid, like top above T-spawn, into the B site, which is pretty cool. I don't think anyone's going to pull that through, but I'd love to see it in a pro game. Obviously, you're going to have instances where it doesn't work and you fall off the map, but hey, Flamey's already done it. Someone can replicate that for Heroic. Going towards B, though, in this round. They got the bomb outside of it. Pressure being put on A by Nato and Blame, trying to sell this fake right now because they can easily just back off and go join their team. The thing is, you don't have to play a heavy A setup if you're Na'Vi. You can run 1 or 2 players here and just go for that retake if you lose the site. So even if Edward rotates off and leaves Electronic alone, that's not necessarily a worry here for Na'Vi. If anything, it would help them because that bomb is still outside of B. 3 players on A, though, for right now for Heroic. I wonder how this round is going to shape up.
They throw this big barrage utility in, and that's going to keep all the eyes off of A, but it's not enough to spur rotations from the Na'Vi camp. They're reading into this well. They're not over-rotating towards this A site. Stow now emerging from the ramp. Will dispatch of Flamey and follows up on a simple Freiburg's fallen off the map. Oh, it's chaos. I don't even know what's happening. There's Zeus in with another. It's all over the place. I almost feel like Rush should just be rapidly switching between every player.
Isn't that just what he does?
There we go. Ah, it's chaos, but Na'Vi get the round. Somehow, some way, they've done it. An 8th to their name.
And Freiburg, he gives the road down below a nice paint, bit of red, bit of maroon, as his body falls 50 floors. So now we've had someone from both sides do it. You know, no one is free, no one is safe. I wonder how often that's going to happen. Is it an every game thing? Like, if you have a 30-round game of Vertigo, how many people fall off the map? We need when we've had more games, we need to come up with, you know, an average. So right now, Na'Vi, I mean, they're impressing us in the CT side. That was a great read. No rotates off of B. They keep a very strong triple setup here with Simple and Flamey. And even though Heroic went for that, you know, 3-man A default with utility and then double back towards B, Na'Vi did not fall for it in the slightest. Flamey is very aware of that bottom peak. Zeus alone in middle. Simple's got the scope, and he's going to be taking down Freiburg early on. Man advantage taken here for Na'Vi. Only pistols for Heroic, and they're going to walk out into this 1 rifle. There's the flash from S-Tag thrown spawn side. Will it work out for Heroic? They dink Zeus. He's very low. He's cornered behind the boxes. Blame's taken him, and a man advantage at least turned around, but you still got to remember, Heroic only have pistols in this one.
S-Tag will get a lot of real estate out from ramp. Ooh. Quickly dealt with by Flamey, however. Boost assembled over in mid. NATO's not going to spy anyone from that. Edward on the sandbags. Blame. He's got to check it. The flash is perfect. Edward walking on out. Gets the easiest kill of his life. Follows up with a double, and with it, the bomb's been dropped down. 6 HP at a dream. P250 in hand. And I'm calling it now. He doesn't get this clutch.
Wow.
Hugo. I know. It's an ambitious one. But he's going to give it his best shot. Creeping forward. Picks up the Deeks, and now they really know he's there. And Na'Vi a 9th. They are making this look like a doable comeback. But it is just how small a margin for error they have. And that is none.
If Na'Vi had that first rifle round, if they didn't force after the pistol and they had that first rifle round earlier, you know, what a game we could have. This could be winnable for Na'Vi. And I'm not saying it's not still. It's just, yeah, like you say, 1 round is going to close out the game for Heroic. So slowly but surely, Na'Vi getting into this 4 rounds in a row. This is when the loss bonus is going to start to build for the Danes. And Na'Vi, how many more tricks do they have to send them flying? Bit of theorizing going on as well, as we can see in this tactical pause. And it's Heroic's tactical pause. That's when you know the pressure is on as well. They've started to realize that maybe this game isn't as free as they would have liked. Simple on the AWP once again. Heroic have yet to really show this T-side AWP, but money has continued to be a problem with Na'Vi streaking together rounds.
Yeah, Heroic are actually yet to show an AWP really at all.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Nato on it.
A couple of CT rounds where he was playing like back spawn.
Yeah, but not really having too much impact. You know, as we've kind of seen, a lot of struggles for AWPers on this map, getting used to how it plays out. Now, Simple is one of the men that a lot of people touted as one of the players who could definitely look to feel at home with the AWP on this map. I think Simple feels at home on any map. So there is a bit of a caveat by that one. Rotating round, Heroic over towards this B side of the map, and if they go in now, they've caught a very favorable timing. Only one man here. Sure, you can get support from Zeus over in mid. Simple's there as well, but all it takes is one smoke to nullify two of the players here for this Na'Vi side. That wall of smokes will rain in. Molotov onto the backside. Flamey's just got no room to play around with. He's trying to find a little safe space, and they're just hurling utility at him. Drops the bomb. Flamey will get shut down by BlameF. These wall of smoke still up, still now starting to dissipate actually, and Simple trying to spy something through them. Man advantage taken for Heroic at map point. They're about to pick this map up if they are able to make this happen. And now it is just Simple left to try and deny the victory. Heroic bomb down 4-on-1, and it's Freiburg to solidify it. They'll take the victory here on Vertigo. They'll move 1-0 up in this best-of-3 series, an important best-of-3.